Hey everyone, how are you? Casey here. I'm making a quick video to show you how the live integration works with EasyWebinar using YouTube Live, which you can also use with Google Hangouts. Now, I'm making this particular video because there's an update that's happening with Google Hangouts On Air starting, I think, September 12th or so. That update doesn't affect EasyWebinar at all. That's the very first thing you need to understand, that it's absolutely not affecting anything around the update itself. So what it is doing, however, is it's removing Google Hangouts On Air from essentially Google+. Why? Because Google+, they don't really use it anymore. It's not as high functioning as YouTube, obviously. So they're pretty much taking Google Hangouts On Air out of that, and they're integrating it into YouTube more, which they've been doing for the last year anyway. We knew this was going to happen. That's why we've never integrated with Google Plus side of Google Hangouts. We integrate with YouTube Live side of Google Hangouts. So how this works is essentially you can go in and very easily with EasyWebinar grab a YouTube live stream, put it into EasyWebinar, and boom, now you're live streaming, okay? Now, I'll show you exactly how this works when we get inside of YouTube, but the big picture you should realize is that you can create a YouTube live stream and use the application and the Google Hangout technology with it, okay? That's how it works, all right? I know it's confusing because Google pretty much decided, let's make it confusing. Anyway, we're actually going to make it much more streamlined for this next version, and then eventually the future version that we have coming up, and depending on when you're watching this, it might be out already, has its own live stream platform, right? And that's going to become accessible to you in the near future. If you're an EasyWebinar customer, you'll have the ability to get access to that. So anywho, let's dive in and let's talk quickly about how this works. I'm going to look over here because this is where my screen is, and I'm going to quickly create a live stream using YouTube Live, and I'm going to put it inside EasyWebinar, and then I'm going to show you what the new version that is either out now, possibly this is the new thing you might see now, depending on when you're coming to this, is going to look like. So let's do that now, okay? All right, so here we are, we're inside. Here's just like I guess you'd say like a test webinar. Let's go in here. Actually, let's scroll down, see if we can find one that let's use this one because it is obviously just a support and test one. So let's edit webinar. Now, when you're doing a live webinar with EasyWebinar, you are, and we have some maintenance schedule. We're doing some server stuff. Anyway, let's say you want to do a one-time live event in your Pacific Standard time zone, and it's streaming on the 10th of September on Saturday, and I'm going to do let's say a 7 p.m. event. Actually, no, let's do today because we're running it right now. So let's say the 8th at 12:15. Actually, I'm going to type this in, 12:15 p.m. That's in about 2 minutes, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the event page, and what I'm going to do here, now that I added the schedule, the way that you do a live stream is essentially this, right? You go in, and before your event happens, you're going to put in the YouTube URL, like the video URL that the stream is pointing to, all right? Because here's the thing, you have to understand, YouTube Live and a Google Hangout all stream into a YouTube URL, like a YouTube video. But the cool thing is that you can make that video public or private, depending on what you want. So I'm going to go in now to my YouTube account. So let's jump over to my YouTube account. Okay, here we are right here. Let's dive into my YouTube account. And we're going to go over, click on this little guy right here, which brings in the Creator Studio. We're going to click on the Creator Studio. We're then going to go over to live streaming right here, okay? Now, they all know that they're doing all sorts of cool live streaming stuff. That's why they're having all these new things showing up, right? So live streaming, let's click on that. Now, the one thing I will say is this. Before we actually dive into this part, go down to channel. If you have like a new YouTube channel, you may have to go through a couple steps before using YouTube Live, which means that you may want to check that your channel is verified, and you may want to make sure you have no live stream restrictions, etc., etc. Most people don't. All you have to do is follow the prompts here. You also want to have an approved AdSense account, which is not that difficult. You just click on it and go through the prompts that it gives you. Okay. Now, after you do all that, chances are most of you won't have an issue, but if you do, that's what you set up. This is what you can do next. Now, what I want you to do is scroll to featured or upload defaults. Now, one thing that you can do if you want to start using YouTube Live and EasyWebinar together, but you don't want your live stream videos to be set to public or show in YouTube, you can actually go here and click Unlisted. Now, what Unlisted will do is it will not show that live stream video as soon as it goes live inside YouTube. It won't show it anywhere in YouTube, won't show it on your channel. It will be unlisted, but it will show up inside of EasyWebinar, right? You can unlist a video here, but still have it go to EasyWebinar. Now, the cool thing is that anytime you upload a new video into YouTube, you can always choose to change this around to public if you want specifically your videos to show public, but if you want your webinars to show public, best just to have this set to unlisted and then override the settings on your individual videos as you upload them. So I'm going to click Save. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, and you can also do this, you can overlay and add, choose if you want any of these showing or allow comments on these videos. Technically, you can have all of these removed and all these removed if you really wanted to. It doesn't really matter though. Okay, so I did that. Now I'm going to go into live streaming, and I'm going to go for the moment to events right here. So there's all this stuff that's happening right here with Stream Now Beta. You don't have to worry about that right now because they're still working on their platform. Now, for those diehard YouTube Live people that understand, how to set this up appropriately, where you pull in encoding software like Wirecast and stuff, cool, go crazy, do it. But for everyone else who just wants to use the platform and create a simple live stream, you're going to go over here to New Live Stream. Now, this is how it's set up now. Now, in the very, very, very near future, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, we are going to have it to where we do this connection for you, so you don't have to worry about going in here and clicking the new live event. We'll do it for you. But you may want to go into the channel and set that default setting to unlisted, okay, first. Okay, that's maybe what you might want to do first. And we'll have a message saying, hey, you may want to do this. So anyway, you go in here. Okay, now I'm going to do new live event. I'm going to go Casey's test of YouTube Live plus Google Hangout On Air. Okay, now check it out. You see how it says you could do a quick type, which is using Google Hangouts On Air? Well, there you go right there. They're even saying, hey, use Google Hangouts On Air. And this is not changing after the 12th. This is still going to be here. Nothing is changing after the 12th of September. This will still be available inside of YouTube, okay? So this also does not matter. You can schedule this if you want to, but it really ultimately doesn't matter. All I'm going to do is add a quick descriptor just in case I wanted to make this video, this Google Hangout On Air public inside YouTube. I might do get access to EasyWebinar today. Get access to EasyWebinar today. But ultimately, the cool thing is that you don't have to set any of this stuff up if you don't want to, if you just wanted to stream into EasyWebinar. But if you want to stream it into YouTube because you want the search engine optimization juice, get found in YouTube, get found in Google, go crazy, go at it. And make it happen. This is another area where you can actually have your videos set to unlisted if you wanted to. Okay, I can have these set, EasyWebinar, Casey Zeman. There we go. Now I'm going to click Go Live now. So now it's going to go live. And this is how simple it is to do this. You just click OK. It's going to find your camera. It's going to find your audio. Now, wait a minute, that's a big colic right there. You can see that it actually found this camera right here, which is good. That's what I want. It also found, let's look in the settings area, found my microphone, this microphone. Awesome. So we're good, right? I might add a quick, lower third, let's say. Let's say I want to add my lower third. Let's just check that out. Add a lower third right here. Bam. Now I have my EasyWebinar lower third. And this is how easy it is to do a live stream with EasyWebinar. You just grab this link down here, which essentially is the YouTube page, right? You grab that. It's a URL. And now you go back into EasyWebinar. I can X that out. And you place it right here under the event header where it says event settings. That's all you do. Okay? The other thing that you can do here is decide how long you want to have this stream. So I'm going to, just put by default 4 hours. However, just be aware that in our newer versions, you won't have to do any of this stuff. It's going to be much easier. But this is just something, you should have this knowledge anyway if you're ever going to do any embedding of any kind with YouTube. This stuff is something you should understand how to do, because this is simple blogging techniques, simple taking video and putting it into something else techniques that as a content producer, content creator, someone who's building a business, you should know how to do. So anyway, but set mine to 4 hours. Okay, and we're good to go. This is just a test. I'm going to click Save and Publish. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to go into that page and show you what this page looks like after it's saved. Okay. Now, remember, we haven't gone live yet. So if I clicked on Countdown, it would actually bring me right into the room. Okay. So here's the room right here. This is the room. Now, the reason it says the live stream is starting soon is because I haven't clicked this Start Broadcast button. All I have to do to get this live stream going is click that Start Broadcast button. People are already coming into the room. They're asking questions about, awesome, I can't wait for this live stream. This is going to rock. Hey, I see that Kess is here, and Martin's here, and Matt is here, and Sandra's here, and Michelle is here. That's how it works, right? So as soon as it starts to see that we're live, so there we go right there. You can see that it's actually live right there. And this is exactly how it works, right? I'm going to mute this. You can go full screen. You can choose to not go full screen. Things like that. That's how exactly this works. So you then of course this is the page where you're chatting. This is where you can see what you're broadcasting, right? This is the Google Hangout On Air, and this is the room that you're going into. So with this Google Hangout On Air, this is where you can share your screen, right? Go in here, Google Hangout On Air, share screen. Hold on one second. There it is right there. So now I can say, let's say I want to share my desktop. I'll share my desktop too. Start sharing my screen, right? And this is what it's going to show to everybody else. So I can go in here. I can go in and actually share a presentation or anything at this point. Anything I wanted to share, this is where I can do it, right? It's no secret that attention... Pause that. Okay, that's how that works, okay? Now, with Google Hangout, there is like about a 10-second delay, just as an FYI. 10-second delay, but it's very easy to handle that. You simply don't wait for people to respond to a question that you ask. You just ask the question, and then you keep going, and then 10 seconds later, they're going to answer anyway. Now, as I said, we are working on our own live stream application that we've already started to build out. It looks pretty awesome, and at some point in the future, depending on when you're coming to this video, that it already might be live. But let me show you the interim product that we're building out before that product. So we have effectively 2 new updates that are happening with EasyWebinar. And the first one is going to look something like this. this is what the newer version is going to look like, okay? It's going to give you access to actually go live from the back office itself. And if you're going live, you can actually go live now, start a Google Hangout on Air here, and it will automatically add in the YouTube URL into our EasyWebinar software, right? So what I'm going to do actually is close this Google Hangout down, stop broadcast, right? And I'm going to now click join this one. And what this one is going to do is it's going to allow me to join. I'm going to start the Google Hangout on Air. And as soon as I click broadcast, it's going to start broadcasting into the EasyWebinar room, which is literally this one right here, that we are doing live, okay? That's how this works. See, we have a little, here's an EasyWebinar icon that we have. So if I start the broadcast, boom, we're going. The broadcast is now going live soon. So if I go to the live room, I can see that it's streaming into that live room right there. You see? So that's how it's going to work. Now, the cool thing is, like, even if you didn't do it this way, again, we started right from the back office. So even if you needed to grab this YouTube URL and put it into the back office system, you know, you could very easily do it just as you had to do before. So you won't need to go to YouTube Live anymore. Once you set this up once, now you just go live now, and then it will put that video URL in the system. Or at the very least, if you wanted to put it in there, you could do it yourself. But this is what the new version is going to look like. The interim version, as I mentioned, which essentially is our own hosted version, which will allow you to do both live and automated webinars using our own URL structure. So as you can see here, this is not using your own website anymore. It's giving you the option of using our hosted version. You can still use the webinar widget, which is something that you can is a registration box that you can have on other people's sites, which is pretty cool. And you can publish to your own WordPress site still if you wanted to, right? So this is kind of what the newer version looks like. Some of the biggest things that are different with this newer version is the replay page, which on the replay page, now we're giving you the ability to create replay pages that are essentially going to expire at certain points. So you can set a specific date for a replay page to expire. Let's say that you started a webinar on Friday or today, and you wanted the replay page to expire, let's say 7 days later, right? Well, this is the page that will expire after the event date. Okay, so if your event's on the 8th, this will expire then. So like if you're running a 72-hour promotion, right, you're going to want to do it on the 11th, right? That's the math, right? 24 hours, 48 hours, 72. Yeah, there we go. So the 11th. Now, what's cool is we also have these countdown timers that will show up on the page and a redirect URL that you can apply as well. This is what you can set up for your replay kind of expiration setting. Now, another cool thing is if it is you're using our automated feature, you can do an evergreen replay, which means that let's say someone came and watched the webinar at any specific point, on evergreen. So it's streaming in their own time zone. And let's say you want the replay page to expire, you can choose to have it set 3 days after someone registers, and it hard codes them. So that means that they register, it hard codes them, and this page will expire after 3 days. It's not cookied like a lot of software that does kind of these expiring offer pages. They're mostly cookie based and they don't work all that well. So with our system, it's hard coded based on someone registering and then how many days after the event happens, okay? Again, you can do the countdown and so on and so forth. So I'm going to do this one. And then the other cool thing is that you can build out your own custom replay page, or you can use a replica of essentially your event, right? So if your event had specific timed events, which are like buy now buttons showing up or offer buttons or PDF links, you can all essentially replicate that entire thing that you did during your webinar on the replay page itself, and the only difference is that now they're adding that countdown, right? So I'm going to do the replica. As you can see here, now it's like it removes all the other information because it's just going to be a replica. And now I'm clicking Save and Publish, right? And if I wanted to go in, I could see what that replay page would look like. Because it's just going to be a replica. Okay. And there it is right there. There's the replay expiring, right? And in 2 days, 11 hours, 27 minutes, and 5 seconds, what's going to happen is this sucker is going to go to a different page. Okay, that's what's going to happen. You can also have, obviously, your buy now buttons show up right here and all sorts of cool stuff. This is just one of the templates that we have. You can choose from, obviously a couple different templates. If I go in and simply change this to our template funnel library, I'll go in, change it to this one, and let's actually add a buy now, like a timed event here. Let's do a showing up at 3 seconds in and ending at 11 minutes. We'll say something like, get access to EasyWebinar now. And we can choose any of the default buttons, or you can actually upload your own default button or own button, but I'm going to do the buy now, and then here is what will send them to easywebinar.com. And that's all I'm going to do for the moment. Once you click on that and go back into the replay page, as you can see here, it changes the theme around, right? The theme is different because we chose a different theme, and there's the buy now button right there, which then sends you into, obviously, the page you're sending them to. But here's the replay page. So we have a few different designs, and of course you can change and edit on the custom design to make it sort of your own color and things like that. So it's kind of cool. Finally, the last thing I will say that we have done a simple integration is now in the integration, including let's see, event integration. Here we go, right here. Now we have Ontraport tagging. So for those who are Ontraport users, and we only had Infusionsoft tagging for a while. Well, now we have Ontraport, and with the Ontraport tagging, you can essentially match up your tag in an Ontraport with our universal tags. Okay, and then you can also match up on the event page your timed event tags. So, for instance, if I go in here, I can sync up a tag for saw offer but didn't click, and so on for clicked, right? For Ontraport, used to be just for Infusionsoft, now it's for Ontraport. And of course, we integrate with any other autoresponder on an HTML level. As you can see right here, you just put in the HTML for the form code that you want, and then put in our thank you page inside as you can see down here when you go to right here. If you were to take the thank you page URL and simply just take that and put that into your form code in your autoresponder, like Aweber, MailChimp, yada, yada, take that, put that in, it'll pass the data through, so people will be added to your list, and now also they'll be registered for the webinar, and then you use our follow-up emails inside the event notification, which essentially, now you don't need anything like SendGrid or any other third-party applications to work here. This automatically works for you. So we're making it very easy to use. This is the next version that is coming to you. It's going out to every EasyWebinar customer straight away. And then, this is, the price will be going up for EasyWebinar because, of course, it's the only software that does both live and automated webinars at this level that has the ridiculously low price that it is. And we're obviously raising it because we're, of course, raising the bar. We're hosting now, so we're having to essentially make up for the costs that we're doing now. So, but what's going to be very cool is the rollout of the version that's coming in after this, which I'm excited to share with you. We're not going to share it right now. I don't want to confuse you too much, but the thing you should know right now is, first off, BAM, Google Hangouts, YouTube Live, nothing's changing with that. The way we've done it is still going to be the way you do it. Google Hangouts leaving Google Plus is not going to change anything. And then this interim next version, it's going to be great. You guys are going to be able to still use that aspect of YouTube Live, Google Hangouts, and you're going to rock it out. And then in the future version, bam, 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 you're going to be able to use our new live application and all sorts of cool stuff that I'm so excited about. It's something we've been working on for over actually it's almost like a year and a half now. So, and we're really on top of it. So I'm really excited about what it's going to have in it. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Watch it again if you need to. And I will talk to you very soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.